Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 102 of Love at First Scent. With me, Persolaise. Let me just go straight onto the tablet to make sure that things are coming through loud and clear. And the first comment. The first comment goes to Keith, who says, "Hi from Canada. I hope you're having a great day." Thank you very much. I hope you are as well. It is definitely going to end up being a great day because we're doing another video, and I need to skip an advert. It amuses me the fact that even if I want to see my own videos on YouTube, I have to go through the ads. Q George says, "Good afternoon. Keep the comments coming. I need to get all the usual stuff out of the way. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Please click on the little bell so that you receive notifications of when new videos are available. Please consider supporting my work on Ko-fi. All of that support is very, very, very deeply appreciated. I'm really grateful for it. And also hearts, thumbs up, likes, comments, questions, but we need to get on because the plan for today, for those of you who are watching live, is that we're going to do 2 Guerlain videos because we have got 2 newish Guerlain releases. The first one is going to be a new Aqua Allegoria, which may explain the beautiful Aqua Allegoria spread that you see before you. And then when the when this video finishes, we'll take about a 5-minute-ish break to let YouTube do its uploading thing, and then we will come back with another new release. You may be able to guess what it is. Of course, none of this will make a huge amount of sense to those of you watching the recording, but never mind. I will link to the other videos in the video description, and also I'll try to do links up here. I've got a few comments coming through. Flackenet says, "Hello from Germany." Hi. Q George, a quick rundown of the Aqua Allegoria scents that I have on the table. If we have time, because I was surprised myself. I didn't realize I had so many. And there was another one, an old one, that I couldn't even find. It's hiding there somewhere. I'll probably mention a few of them. DCJIMR says, "Good morning all from steamy Washington, D.C. Steamy, I hope steamy for meteorological reasons. Wearing Aqua Allegoria Nerelia Bianca this morning." There you go. Nubianet says, "Good morning from Oakland." Bart says, "Hi from Belgium." Arkadiusz says, "Hello from Serbia." Hello to all of you. And Catherine says, "Hello." The comments not come up here. Hello from... Is VA, is that is that Virginia? Is that going to be Virginia? I don't know. I don't know my US state abbreviations. And Judy says, "Hi from Vegas." Okay, keep the comments and questions coming. The Aqua Allegoria range, for those of you who don't know, is a very, very long established, long running range within the Guerlain stable. It first emerged in 1999, and the whole idea behind them was to sort of make a link between the colognes, because of course Guerlain for, well, decades, centuries have made colognes, and they continue to make colognes. The tradition is that whenever a new perfumer takes over at Guerlain, they make a cologne, and sure enough, Thierry Vasser, when he joined, he made one as well called Cologne du Parfumeur. So the idea was to create a kind of connection, a link between the colognes, which of course tend to be, as they should, fairly simple citrus herb based, connection between them and the more complex creations that we know so well, the ones that we associate with the brand, you know, the likes of Shalimar and Mitsuko and L'Heure Bleue and Petit Robe Noire, etc. They were supposed to be somewhere in the middle, and so their remit was that they were going to err on the side of being fairly simple. And of course, you know, I've said this many times before, simple and simplistic do not have the same meaning. They're not necessarily the same thing. They were generally meant to revolve around a dual accord. They were meant to be very instantly and easily recognizable, very accessible, very easy to wear, not maybe especially long lasting, you know, so you wouldn't have expected to find within this range some heavy amber scent or some heavy woody incense-based scent. That wasn't what the Aqua Allegorias were for. And I think I'm right in saying as well that from the word go, the idea was that the collection would change to reflect what did or didn't happen to be popular at any given time. So again, people out there will correct me if I'm wrong, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that we only have 2 Aqua Allegorias still with us that were from the original release in 1999, and they are hiding here somewhere because one of them, of course, is Herbe Fresca and one is Pamplemousse, both of which were composed by Mathilde Laurent, who's now in-house at Cartier, and both of which I think are superb. In fact, I think, I've got a comment from Bart saying that the audio is crackling a bit on his end. I've made sure that the mic isn't rubbing against the shirt, but hopefully that's a little bit better. Let's see. If anybody else is hearing a crackling sound, let me know. It could be that I'm just aware of the fact that the chair that I'm on is a little bit creaky today, even though it's the same chair. Who knows what that's about? Anyway, if that's better, good. Let me know, by the way, if things like that happen, because I have no way of telling if the audio and the video are coming through fine. Herbe Fresca, I think, still is the best one in the range because it has managed to remain so unique, so unusual. And if you haven't tried Aqua Allegoria Herbe Fresca, you really, really need to check it out because it is easily one of the best green, fresh, herbal, grassy scents composed in the last 25, 30 years. Anyway, the subject of today's one is this. It is called Orange Soleia. Some of you will remember that we've had at least one other Soleia in the range, and we had Elise Soleia, the lily, and oh, here it is, and you can tell that one went to Madame Persolaise's collection, and you can tell that she really liked it. Because, well, mind you, I don't blame her, because this was actually really, really great, and I don't think it's with us anymore. This was a really great vanillic solar lily. Now, this one, I've cheated on both counts, both releases today, because I've smelt this before. In fact, I've worn it a couple of times, which at least means that I can report on it with a little bit more authority. It isn't completely brand new to me. By the way, because this is a new perfume release video, we will be doing a blotter update. For those of you who don't know what that means, because hang on, let's get this right. Because I insist that we mustn't make firm conclusions about a perfume just on a first sniff. A few hours after I've sprayed the blotter, I do a little blurb in the video description below where I write down how the scent has developed on the blotter to give you some idea of what it's like, in the mid stage, in the dry down stage, etc., etc. Now this, I think, is one of the Aqua Allegorias that will end up getting a thumbs up, because I just think there's nothing to dislike about it, really. The idea here is orange and lemon and mint, okay, and whatever smell came into your mind just then when I said orange, lemon, mint is exactly what this smells like. It does the job wonderfully. So the lemon, I suppose, is the idea of the sun, the Soleia aspect of the name. The orange, obviously, is the orange. It's a kind of sweetish blood orange, and the mint adds a little touch of intrigue, but it isn't an overly obvious mint at all. In fact, I think it's a mint that comes out more strongly on skin, but it's just there, hovering in the background, adding maybe a slight fizz, a touch of greenness, just a bit of something unexpected, so that this doesn't simply go down the route of being yet another citrus cologne, but it's everything you would hope it to be. It's optimistic, it's sunny. I guess the fact that it's got that slight touch of bitterness, that slight bite of bitterness, takes it to Pamplemousse. It did remind me of Pamplemousse, wearing it a little bit. It's not as cheeky as Pamplemousse. Pamplemousse is actually a deceptively complex fragrance, I think, because it does all sorts of interesting things in its dry down stage as well. But this is more youthful in the sense of being more carefree. I suppose it's a bit more artless than Pamplemousse because there is an artfulness to Pamplemousse. I don't even particularly I don't have a press release for it. I know that it has come out at the same time as another Aqua Allegoria, which I think is based on pomegranate, but I haven't tried that one at all. Let's give this a few more minutes to develop. When I said thumbs up, I think the fact that the Aqua Allegorias are fairly simple means that you can decide fairly rapidly whether you're going to like one or not. And they can be hit and miss. In the last few years, I don't know, in the last few years, I don't think I've been overly crazy about a lot of them, and I think when quite a few are released in one go, it tends to be this sort of feeling that some of them feel a little bit tired. Like last year, I think we got quite a few. But I'll mention some of the ones that I've got here that I think are particular highlights. But I should do some comments, because we've got lots and lots of comments today. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Oh, Catherine is saying VA is Virginia. Thank you very much. Gunmetal says, I wore Orange Soleia yesterday. Perfect. Agnieszka says, lovely evening. Hello, or good evening from Warsaw. Ashfaq is here as well. Hello, my liege. I've just had a sample of this in my order, says Bila, and I really like it. Ooh, now we want to know what else you ordered. Are you going to tell us what you ordered? Angie says, Winter Delice will always be my favourite, and that's gone, hasn't it? That's not one of the ones that's around anymore. Herba Fresca Ginger and Bergamot Nice, says El Señor Jesus. I hope that's how you say your name. Arkadiusz says, oh, I get a bit of crackling sound. Okay, we're still on the sound. The Nubianet, I've gone through several Herba Fresca and Montafolias in the past. Very nice in the morning. Also light and spicier scents. Yes, good point. Thank you for mentioning that. Fahmi is saying hello from Indonesia. Ashfaq says, I'm sure Guerlain will reintroduce it under another name with a higher price tag. Okay, thank you, because that is a good point. I really, really miss some of the truly comprehensive Guerlain reference encyclopedias that we had online, because they seem to be our only source of being able to work out whether a Guerlain that is being presented to us as a new one is actually an old one under a different name, under different packaging. I don't have a huge issue particularly with Guerlain doing that, but I just wish they would tell us. So somebody out there may well be thinking, but Orange Soleia, I've smelt it and it's exactly like from 1987, which then was reissued as something else in 1993 and is now out as though, I don't know. I don't think I've smelt it before, but there is in no way do I pretend to have the entire Guerlain back catalogue up here. But thanks for reminding me of that, Ashfaq. Olfactive Story says, I found it mouth-watering. Yes, that's a good word for it. Any neroli, says Ashfaq. Not overtly. It doesn't have that kind of white floral feel to it. I love this one, says Bila. Oh, and you've told us what you've ordered. Okay, we all want to know now. French Kiss and Spiritueuse Double Vanille. Ooh, heavy stuff. But there you go. Thanks for sharing. 87 Linseed, is there any page dedicated to Guerlain online? Well, not the ones that we used to like, if you know what I mean. A new subscriber, love your work, says Dr. Salto. Thank you very much. And good morning from Miami, says Web Iris. Ashfaq says, for those of you who don't know, you can still read Monsieur Guerlain contents via Internet Archive. I count myself amongst one of the ones who did not know. That's the most Aqua Allegorias I've seen outside of a boutique, says Through. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Okay, talking you through some of my favourites, and then we'll finish and we'll do the other release. So like I said, Herba Fresca is still, I think, number one, and I think maybe actually Pampleloon is number two. I really do love Pampleloon. But in recent years, the one that came out last year, well, I think it was last year, the Bergamot Calabria, that felt like a really, really great return to form, because you can't open the bottle. Thank you very much. I wore this quite a lot last summer, and I really liked the shower gel that they did for it, because I think the Aqua Allegorias that work best are the ones that don't try too hard, And this is exactly what you would want from a bergamot scent, if you don't want the bergamot to be part of some really, really complex composition that lasts forever and ever. It's got the smokiness, it's got that wonderful feel that you sort of feel as though you've just scraped the zest of the fruit with your nails, and you're smelling your fingers and smelling your nails. It's got the sunshiny aspect. The smokiness also brings the fact that there's always something a little bit haunting and nocturnal about bergamot. It's got a slightly kind of pastry-fied, maybe lemon tarty sweetness to it, but not overplayed at all. And that's it. Maybe a little bit of green bite, but nothing more than that. It is exactly what you want it to be, and it doesn't last a great length of time because it's not meant to. And I think, hats off to Thierry Vassar and his team for actually not trying to, load it top bottom heavy with musks and things to make it last forever. Another one which is again from recent years, which I think gets overlooked, is and actually, you know, I have to say, guilty as charged, overlooked by me as well, is Passiflora. Just as I was resmelling this while I was doing this beautiful shop display earlier, I resprayed this one, and I just thought, this isn't bad at all. The Passiflora, what's the official sort of? I'm just getting the box here. Right, it says, according to the blurb on the box, it says that it's sun-drenched passion fruit with a note of ylang ylang, and yes, it's got a sort of sunny, fresh, white floral thing happening there. But what I think makes Passiflora interesting is that there's definitely some kind of a tea note in there too, or maybe with the addition of bergamot, which of course makes us think of Earl Grey. So from the ones that came out recently, I would maybe pull that one out as one to mention. And I know that lots and lots of people love, where has it gone? The Neroli. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? It's probably staring me right in the face. But no, maybe I will not find it. I'm sure I had it out. Never mind. No, here it is, the Neroli Bianca, which is a really, really nice, simple orange blossom as well. So do check them out. If you ever go past a Guerlain counter and you think you've never tried these before, they are worth your time, because they also tend to be a lot more affordable than some of the other Guerlains. And let's finish with some comments. Where are we? Druba says, still need to try the 2018-2019 releases. Glad to see someone covering releases from this line. You're more than welcome. And there's a conversation going on about how we get the Monsieur Guerlain archive. I'll let you guys read all of that. Web Iris says, I love Bergamot Calabria. Pompolone turned sour on me, not in a good way. And I love Te Azzurra as well. Yes, a lot of people did like that one. I'm maybe a bit less crazy about that one. Ashfaq says, giving us instructions. Olfactive stories. Bergamot Calabria is really beautiful. I really enjoy how the ginger adds a twist to it. Good point. Arkadiusz, is there a fresh vetiver one in the Aqua Allegoria line? Ooh, as far as I'm aware, no. And I think exactly that's the kind of thing that you wouldn't find in Aqua Allegoria. Gunmetal, I need to know your assessment on the dry down. I think it has that creamy clean musk I asked you about offline. Oh, okay. Well, you will get the assessment in a few hours. Okay, I think that's the end of this one. Are we going to review the Neroli Bianca? Not today, except to say 2 thumbs up for that one. Come back in about 5 minutes for a review of the new version, yet another new version of Guerlain's L'Homme Idéal. And if you're watching the recording, I will do a link to that in the video description below. But until then, take care. Bye.